Yeah. I got some stuff I need to say. I told y'all my last video I was gonna do this. Talk about Cern, portals. Mandela effect. Also, there was a unexpected solar eclipse that happened. I think July 5th. I'll get that. Yeah. So give people time to come on in. Hopefully, I can make under 20 minutes. All right. So I tell people to do something, try to do it. So y'all come on, give people time to come on in. I'm going, yeah, about maybe about 2 minutes. I'm gonna start. I'm connected. What the heck? Okay. Anyway, all right. So I'll probably do that. Well, I was gonna show y'all some videos, but then my pad don't want to connect right now. So anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and off the dome, and hopefully I got all the dates right and stuff. But so yeah, title of this video is going to be like say Cern portals, MEE. MEE stands for Mandela effect, and also dealing with the solar eclipse that happened. I believe that was July, maybe 5th or 6th, if I have it right. But it was an unexpected solar eclipse that happened, and so that lets you know that the scientists don't even know what days we in. Right? They don't know where I mean they do know, but they try to control everything. Like they know they have all the information, but they don't. You feel me? So that's proof right there. The Most High is in control. But it's been a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, the Prime Minister of Japan was assassinated. We're living in a different reality right now. What they're doing with CERN and with the Hadron Collider and the particles smashing, what that's doing, that's causing things to speed up, right? And it's causing two things. It's causing their world to end and our world to really go and begin. The real world, the true world, the spiritual realm, right? So a lot of y'all are going to see and even experience different things from your body, right? You might, in the middle of your forehead, you might have maybe around the fifth or sixth, you might have a little like zits, whatever, and that's where the pineal gland rests, right? That's where when you deal with the pineal gland, it produces melatonin, which deal with sleep and dreams, the spiritual realm, also dealing with the functions of the body, a lot of stuff, right? This part deals with. But also, if you had a zit or you had some kind of pain or something right in this area, that's also dealing with, an awakening or going to a higher heights. And this is where Christ said, you must be like children in order to enter the kingdom of heaven. Because right before the brow, anybody who familiar with the chakra system, right, or the seven levels of consciousness of man, or the seven colors of the rainbow, right? You got the throat, which is blue, indigo, purple. If I have it right, it's supposed to be like either white or like a real bright light. If I have it right, the crown chakra. I think the crown is actually purple. If I have it right, but this is, I think, like, yeah, it's like, yeah. So what I'm saying is, this when we were babies, this pineal gland, which deal with the whole spiritual, some would say psychic, whatever, but deal with the spiritual realm, like the spiritual eye, your first eye. Some call it a third eye. When we was younger, it was the size of a golf ball. If anybody played golf, you know what a golf ball looked like, right? That was the original size of it. Over time, and especially we got past like the age of what 7 or 8, it start to shrink and shrink and shrink. So when it comes to like imaginations, babies have a wild, they have imaginations. That's because babies see things that sometimes adults don't see. Because in the spiritual realm, right? They usually in the realm that Adam and Eve was before the fall. They was like children. That's why Eve was so naive to Satan's devices. So I'm giving people a little back history with this because I don't know the level that people watch my video. Hopefully at a higher level, because I could just go down the line and might miss people. Just give you a little, follow up. So with that, children able to see things that ones don't exist on the spiritual plane. When it comes to people, like if you ever show a baby something, they say that babies don't know how to lie, right? Little children, they just tell right from the heart, just right what it is. Okay, um, babies will see, have imaginary friends. Babies will see stuff that other people might not pick on. You might say help. You might try to give them to somebody, and they might start crying, or they might actually run to that person. That's usually a sign that that person that is a good has a good energy or spirit about them, or they're probably not good. Because they're able to pick up on things. So that's what Christ said. Because when you speak spiritually, when people say, well, a lot of people are not going to understand what people like myself might say, because you have to become like a child. And not in the sense of like, you're playing with little toys, but your imagination, you have to see the real, like you have to see the real reality. You have to see the spiritual. You have to go beyond the physical. You have to be metaphysical. You have to be, your eye have to be open to receive it. So that's why Christ said, whoever can receive it, let them receive it. But you'll have to be like that. So what I was saying, so, but with them doing that, with the whole, dark matter, and we do the melatonin, melanin deals with dark matter. So by them even playing around with that, it's causing, us to wake up. It's causing ones of us to rise even higher. All right. So a lot of ones are going to start feeling, you might feel a little, peaceful, but warrior. You might have that warrior spirit going on right now. You might see things that you didn't see before. Places that you never knew existed exist. A lot of things, and I think they first turned it on in 2012. And this is where people say the Mandela effect. Like I didn't know about the Mandela effect until what 2017, 2016. And people who would just say, well, it's stuff on the internet. People can change, this video to say, instead of saying Luke, I am your father, Luke, you know, your father, or whatever, things like that, little subtle changes within the spelling of things that we grew up knowing about, accustomed to. And you have people who would say, well, people can edit stuff, but it's hard to edit a book that I had all my life, like the Bible. There's even subtle changes within the Bible. People are familiar with instead of it saying the lion and the lamb, and Isaiah says the lamb will lay with the wolf, like that. Also, it says, also in the maps, right? People say, look at the map. I did. That's why I knew, oh, I'm not in Kansas anymore. I checked out a map in it was my niece's social studies book. Old social studies book. And when I saw the Bahamas, and I've been to the Bahamas years ago, wedding years, it was like the late 90s. And I think now you take a little boat, whatever, to the Bahamas. And the Bahamas wasn't that close to Miami as it is now. The South Florida, it wasn't that eastern. It was more like this. Now it's like this, like, whoop, you go right. It was like more like this right here. Okay. So I'm just like, hold on, and I'm seeing other things on the maps. I'm like, no, that never existed. And what really got me but also what got me was the Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of India. Oh, let me see. It helped me even say Great Wall of India because I'm accustomed to the Great Wall of China. But what really got me was not the Great Wall of China. Most people are familiar with that. The Great Wall of India. And you have people from India, born and raised, said they never heard of the Great Wall of India. But you have people in India say, oh, it's always been there. So you have different realities, different dimensions, different, like I say, the melatonin, the pineal gland deals with the different, dimensions that exist within our brain. When we go to sleep, we go to a different dimension. Different dimensions out there is different dimensions in here. The universe, right? We are the universe, our brains, all of that. So, not dying, but going to a different dimension. So like Christ said, the kingdom of heaven, is within you. You feel me? You got to see, like that's what's like the changes. That's what happened. You got some people they say, well, it's always been there. That's what they see. You got people who don't see certain things a certain way. One realm against another, one kingdom. Realm and kingdom. We have it, but also the realms emerging. The outworld, spiritual world, or the cosmos is uniting with this one. But hopefully, I'm not losing about it. If I am, so it's time to catch up. Um, like I say, yeah. So that's what's going on with that. But it's also causing things to change for the better. Because no matter what they do, it's going to work out for the better of us, right? Those of us who trust God, believe in God, right? Most High Yah. We heard about the Georgia Guidestones. We heard about also, like I say, the assassination of Japan former prime minister. That's something. Uh, the unexpected solar eclipse that happened, I believe, like I said, July 5th, unexpected. And that could be Nibiru, that could be Planet X, all right? But we know we're living in that time of the coming, of the here. I haven't even say coming, but up to here. So have no fear, right? The Lion of the tribe of Yehuda is here, But with that being said, you have people who just, would just throw things off and say, well, this not this, that's not that. But what I'm saying is with those things happening with July 5th, the unexpected, with the assassination, also with the Georgia Guidestones being taken out, the Georgia Guidestones being taken out, or being destroyed, and I believe it was hit by lightning. I don't believe there was I don't think they have yet found anybody. And that area where they have the Georgia Guidestones is highly secure. But the Georgia Guidestones was developed, I think it was in 1980 by a secret of the group that wanted to have, I think in like four different languages or different languages, four like kind of stones and pillars in four languages are basically, if there was apocalypse or an apocalypse just mean revealing, of course, but if there was like apocalyptic type of event, what they would do to like try to maintain or stay on the earth, right? And I don't know if there was Edomites or Israelites, but I'm pretty sure it was Israelites. But one of the things that really got people mad at it was the maintaining the world population. I think under 500 million or something like that. I think was the number of the population of the earth. So people take that as depopulation agenda, right? And like I said, man, the Most High can strike things down. I think even the Statue of Liberty was struck by lightning. Not, I think a few years ago. What else was struck? I think George Floyd. I think the little visual, the thing they had for him, was I think a few years ago when that happened, it was struck by lightning, destroyed I think by lightning. So this too probably was as well. Like I understand, I could agree. Sometimes hell, there probably is too many people on earth. Like I could sometimes like the people that just walk around and the ignorance and the violence and unnecessary violence. Let me rephrase that, unnecessary violence, and just like the things that just come on, right? But at the same time, so-called black people don't really have an issue with population either growing or people outnumbering us. We don't really fear about that, right? Or maintaining. And we come from a culture, especially Israelites, that Most High told us that we're gonna be like the sand of the sea. All right, so Israel gonna be like the stars of heaven. Too many to count. So we're gonna make us, okay? So many of us. So you know that had to be some goddamn Gentiles mess who put that together. But it's just like, as the Most High said, you should build up, Bible tear down. We're referring to Esau. All right, so a lot of the things they got going on is tearing down. We look at what's going on in the economy and all that, and et cetera, et cetera. So tell people just be prepared, man. Physically, spiritually, all that. I don't know how many more to keep saying that, but So that's kind of what's going on with that. We're in a time where you're going to see a lot of things happening, but it's to prepare you, man. The trumpet has sound. Get ready. That's basically what these things are happening. You say, well, what is happening in the economy? What does this mean? Just get ready. All right? Get ready. Get closer to the Most High. Know yourself. Know thyself. Know the Most High. The one who exists outside of you and with you. I like it when people be like, oh, God doesn't exist outside of you. God is only within you, not only within you. No, it's God outside of you, God within you. I mean, I said we have water in us, but we'll have water exist outside of us. So how is it that just God only exists only within us? Like, come on, right? So, um, fire is electricity exists within us. Our neurons, the spinal, dealing with, of course, the kundalini, whatever you want to call it, energy, the spine, brain, but also just with regular science, right? Uh, Neurotransmitters in our body, in our brain. Also, like say, electricity in the sky come down, electrical current in this phone right now, and the plug electrical current. It's just within the earth as well, especially electromagnetic energy. So that's another thing, an aspect. So yeah, just tell ones to really get ready, and it's probably like the last live I'm gonna kind of do. Like, I'm gonna still like try to break things down, but I'm not really gonna like just do too much break it down. Hopefully, those who watch the video or those who subscribe to me can just catch up where I'm getting when I speak esoteric knowledge. When I'm just speaking like news or certain things, whatever, yeah, I'll just break it down, be simple. But if I'm coming like this right here, I just want people to it's not the time for nobody to hold my hand and for me to hold nobody's hand. False. It's like people got to catch up. Like period. That's all I can say. If you're not catching up, it's not meant to catch up. But yeah, so just keep that in mind, man. Keep that in mind. It's time to be Wu Tang. Witty, unpredictable talent and natural game. You gotta have. You gotta have that. You know what I mean. You gotta be in those 36 chambers. You know what I mean. Watching for the danger, but not being in fear. Because the end or the new beginning is near, is here. You best believe that when I tell you this. You know what I mean? And this is not a diss, but please don't misinform when I'm telling you when it's time of the nine of the born. Some might call it ether, but never try to delete you. I'm just trying to teach you the truth, but you have to look within inside you and outside and see that we're all in for one hell of a ride. But yeah, this is basically what I wanted to say on that. Like I say, man, just be, prepared, man. Learn more about Anunnaki or Planet X, our Sumerian ancestors, going back to Sumeria, the Hebrews, go back to Sumeria. Anunnaki, learn more about Planet X, learn more about Cern or the Guidestones, just look it up and, see it for yourself. But also just get to the point where, oh, I'm getting close to 20 minutes, get to the point where, yeah, where we at right now, man. We're being upgraded too. Our DNA, the helix, learn about the helix and all that, the junk DNA, research that. We're changing. So we're at the point now, and I ain't really gonna go talk about that on this live, but it's that time, man. It's that time. It's that time that they can't stop it. Like, so, hey, and know that people sacrifice a lot just even telling y'all stuff like this, man. Y'all don't know people's situations, what they going through, to even just say even this little bit. So uh, be thankful. Even if you don't understand what the person's saying, just be thankful that they saying something that you're not even supposed to even know. They don't want you to even know about. They don't want you to hear this. They don't want nobody to come and tell you this right here. You feel me? So yeah, but then I'm gonna do another video too. I'm just gonna push all this out. But it's all I'm saying right now. This is James Speed. Y'all be cool out there. Be safe. Be focused. Be prayed up. May the Most High continue to bless y'all. Pray over everything that you have. Any items you might get from a garage sale or whatever you get. Just pray over all you have. Pray over your family. Pray over it. Get some anointed oil. Uh, olive, whatever, virgin oil, olive oil, and pray over it. Anoint your house, anoint, hell, even your gun, okay? Especially if it's a used one, all right? And you bought it, whatever, legally, pray over it, all right? So I'm going to say right now, peace, shalom, out.